Hey there, Elimuraia people. You are about to watch and hear an exclusive chat with one and only Mwassa Jingi. I am so excited he was there to discuss why English should be Tanzania's go-to language for education. If you have been keeping up with the KISWAKINGE episodes, you know that Mwassa is a rock star in defending English. We only got a taste of his brilliance in the second episode, so it was time we let him unleash his complete genius. My goal in this discussion was to stay as neutral as possible and let Mwassa explain his position. Big shout out to Mwassa for being the only English supporter who could make it. Unfortunately, some English fans couldn't join me due to tricky schedule conflicts. Let's not waste any more time. Get ready for this exclusive conversation where Mwassa shares his thoughts on using Swahili as the primary language of instruction in Tanzania's education system. Trust me, this will be good. Mr. Mwassa, habari?
Yes. Salama.
Thank you very much for agreeing to discuss with me this issue that has been going on for a while now in Tanzania. There has been a discussion, as you know, that Swahili should be used as a medium of instruction in all levels of education in Tanzania. So it should be used at all levels, and as we know now, it's used in primary school, particularly for public schools. So primary school, standard 1 to 7, then in secondary school, we switch to English, to university. So I know, I'm aware that you have looked into this issue as a lawyer, as a journalist, and you have written articles about it. And I found one article particularly very interesting to me. You wrote, "Let English be medium of instruction." And in there, I can quote something you said, "There are so obvious many reasons why we should prefer English as the medium of instruction at all levels of education to Kiswahili. First, during this era of liberalization of education, the government cannot force Kiswahili to be the medium of instruction for private schools." Can you talk a little bit about that?
Oh, thank you for having me, Mr. Rungwe. Yeah, if I begin with the first reason you just have quoted from that particular article.
Yes.
One of the reasons that I was arguing that we should make English to be a medium instruction for all schools is because of this liberalization that we are having now.
Yes.
Currently we have two systems of education, or we have two medium of instruction. We use the Kiswahili for primary school, for public school, as you said, and we have English, which is mainly for private schools.
Yes.
Still, we have a few government-owned schools which are using English, like Olympia in Dar es Salaam.
Yes.
So, because of these two systems, those Kiswahili Pro opponents, they want all system of education should be given using Kiswahili.
But saying that, they do not say that they don't want English. They want English to be taught as a subject, but not avoiding English completely.
Yes, I'm coming there.
Yes.
I'm coming there. Why? The issue here is medium instruction.
Yes.
Kiswahili or English.
Yes.
So, to me, which I prefer English to Kiswahili.
Yes.
One of the reasons we must consider the current situation we are living in.
Yes.
For example, if you asking even our teachers or lecturers at universities, when they are receiving students who are joining the first year,
yes,
they say students who are coming from private schools, from English medium private schools.
Yes.
They are doing very well. They communicate very well.
At the university.
communication. They communicate very well.
Yes.
But that is not only the reason. With this liberation, we say, okay, if we decide to go with Kiswahili as a medium instruction from primary school to university, that means we have to make it a law.
Yes.
That English will never be used as a medium instructions.
Yes.
And you remember before the government allowed primary school in the 1990s.
Yes.
Still, many Tanzanians were sending their children to Uganda, Kenya, and even as far as Zimbabwe, South Africa.
Yes.
Just because of the English.
Yes, and you talked about that in your article. Yeah.
Yeah. But after the government allowed English to be used as a medium instruction, so from pre and the primary school, all parents who they had their children in Kenya or Uganda, they brought them back to Tanzania.
Oh yes, yes, yeah, and
So
we had a mushroom of English medium schools. They were popping everywhere.
Yeah, we have mushroom. First of all, it has added employment for our people, because now many Tanzanians can get employment as teachers in the private schools. But also, we can say English also, the quality of English has been better for all Tanzanians, particularly those who are passing through this English medium system. So that is one of the advantages, that we improve our English speaking because of having this system of preparing our children to speak English when they are still at kindergarten or at preschool.
Yes.
And the linguistics, they say, a person can learn English well, can learn any foreign language well when he is under 20.
Yeah.
So if our children of whatever age they start using English as a medium of communication, medium of instructions from pre to all primary school up to university, that means English will become the second language in Tanzania.
Oh yeah.
Currently you cannot say English. Tanzania is among English-speaking countries.
Yeah, but it's one of the official languages, and we learn it in school, secondary school, and to university.
You know, learning language, there are two ways of learning language.
Yeah.
You must write it and you must speak it.
Yes.
If you simply write and you cannot speak it, that is what is happening in Tanzania. We write in English, but we don't speak English.
Yeah.
So even our students, when they finish primary school, they go to Form 1, they cannot speak English because they have been using English as only a subject.
Yes, yes.
Teachers who are teaching English as a subject in primary school, they cannot speak English. They can only teach grammar and write on blackboards only. And
you suggest as a medium of instruction, then they will be using English at all levels, like in all subjects. That way they can learn more English.
Because that will help us to improve English speaking, and it will mean Tanzania is English speaking country as one of the Commonwealth countries.
Yes, yes.
Currently, you cannot say, if I read from one census report where it was reported that only 5% of Tanzania they can speak English. Only 5%.
5%.
Yeah, and this maybe lecturers, professors, doctors, people at that level.
Yeah, that's very low percentage.
But if you come down in the street anywhere, you cannot find the English. So in a way, by using the Kiswahili the way we are using it, we are killing the Kiswahili as a second language in Tanzania. And it will be even worse if we remove English as a medium instructions and we remain with the Kiswahili as medium instructions for the whole school, from primary school to university. If we do that, we will get away with English as a second language in Tanzania. And rationally, you can think what will happen in Tanzania if we remain with Swahili and Swahili alone.
Talk about public secondary schools. Yeah, teachers are supposed to teach in English. Yeah, but we see they also teach most of the subjects in Swahili, although they are supposed to teach in English. What do you think can be done? Or what is happening right now? We could have this example already at secondary level. What is happening? Because we are not learning properly. Some teachers who are supposed to teach in English are not teaching in English, and instead they use Swahili to teach.
Yeah, it's not true that they are teaching they are using Kiswahili.
Yeah.
Because from secondary school, all the materials are in English.
Yes.
And the teachers, they provide the notices in English.
Yes.
The problem comes when they try to communicate with their students.
Yeah, the instructions.
As long as these students, they come without English at the secondary schools, there is no way a teacher can underline important points without changing into Kiswahili.
So there is a feeling that they don't understand.
Yeah, teachers are compelled to switch to Kiswahili just to make sure he with the students. Otherwise, whatever will be teaching, if he cannot switch to Kiswahili to explain,
yes,
no one will understand what the teacher is teaching. If you go to, you can make a simple survey.
Yes.
Go to secondary school which are using English medium. You will find the teachers and the students, they are together. Yes. Teacher can teach using English, and all the students will understand 100% what he means and what is he explaining.
Yes, yes.
But this is a problem for only students who are coming from public school, which the medium structure and the primary school is only Kiswahili. They use English as a subject. We don't have that problem with the English medium schools, where students learn English there. We don't. So, in order to make sure we have the one system of education, which is comprehensive, that it can accommodate everybody, that we can take every pupil on board, we need to have one language as a medium instruction. And you suggest that language to be English? I've been suggesting that. I'm suggesting it now, and I will keep suggesting it. So, going back to your article, you talked about liberalization, globalization, so to speak. So that is one reason you say in this globalized world, we need to be prepared. We need to understand English. We need to learn it well so we can communicate with the rest of the world. But what is another reason? That is one reason. What is another reason, at least two reasons that convince you that we need to go with English and not Swahili? Yeah, if you check all international languages, yes, the language which is you can find in the literature in the world, yes, is English. Most of the literature of this world is in English. So if you cannot have enough English into your brain, that means you are also limited to access a lot of literatures which is in English. Yeah. Very simple, even our internet system. Yes. In Tanzania, most of the material, if you go to Google, whatever, unless you know other language apart from English, but English is there. If you go to Chinese, they can get English. Wherever English is available. So if we cut off from English speaking, that means we are making our own Ireland because of the language. Yeah, I see your point. So moving forward with this discussion, because it seems like most Tanzanians are convinced that we need to strengthen our Swahili. We need to teach. I've talked to other experts, say you can learn more, even other languages, or if you learn your first or second language first. If you understand your second language, for example, here we have some people speak their tribal languages, but they learn Swahili. So if we decide to use Swahili as a medium of instruction,
that will help even English as a subject, because people will learn it well because they have the skills that they got learning their second language, which is Swahili, or their first language for most of us too, who are born in the cities. So this side seems to be gaining strength, and eventually we may have Swahili as a medium of instruction. What do you think will happen once we switch to that?
That will be a death for Tanzania in terms of communicating with the world. But it is not true that if you use your mother tongue, then you can learn something better. Let me tell you.
Yes.
In 1960s, 70s, up to 80s, most of Tanzania in rural area. And remember, rural area at that particular time, it was almost 80%.
Yes.
For example, all primary schools, pupils who are joining primary schools, they are joining primary school while they don't know Kiswahili. Myself, I went to primary school as grade 1. I didn't speak Kiswahili.
Okay. You learn it in school.
I learned Kiswahili at school.
Mm-hmm,
It is the same. If our children can go to school, where it is standard 1 or preschool with Kiswahili, still they will learn English, because we are the examples. People of my age, when in Tanzania, those who were coming from rural areas, they went to primary school without Kiswahili.
Yeah.
But we didn't say, okay, because we don't have Kiswahili, every school should be taught in mother tongue. If you are Muhaya, primary school should use the Kihaya as a medium instruction. If you are Munyiramba, you will use Kinyaramba as a medium instruction in primary school, because in rural areas, most of the pupils, most of the children cannot speak Kiswahili. We say no. Once you are in primary school, you started grade 1, you leave behind your mother tongue. You begin learning using Kiswahili. Ask psychologists, they will say, a child can learn foreign language quickly. If all he can be taught well.
Yes.
So let me tell you, when I was able to speak English immediately after finishing primary school.
Yes.
I remember I went to secondary school. Along the way, as I was going to secondary from Singida to Tanga, if I met a foreigner,
yes,
on the way, I was able to communicate in English, very simple English. I knew English. I knew English very well. So another problem is that English is not taught, even as a subject, but it's still not taught well at our primary schools.
Yes.
So that cannot be a reason that because we know Kiswahili is their mother tongue, now we can go with Kiswahili as a medium instruction for the whole system. That is not a strong argument.
Good English, you can access global knowledge. Yeah, we have most of these books, most of the words knowledge is in English. Yeah, sure. So globalization, access to knowledge. Are there any other reasons that you see crucial for us as Tanzanians to go with English in today's world?
For example, I wanted to integrate. For example, take example, we are in East Africa now.
Yes.
Kenya, they use English as a medium instruction for the whole system.
Yes.
Uganda likewise.
Yes.
In 20 years ago, Rwanda was using French as English of medium instruction, but now they will switch it to English.
Yes, Rwanda.
So all of these countries who are using English as medium instructions, and they are using English as their official language. You know, in Kenya, they are not writing anything. Even all documents are made in English. All of the laws, all of the policies, whatever, the English is the official language. Kiswahili is just a street language in Kenya, in Uganda, and everywhere. So if we want to integrate well as East African people, we need to have a common language that it can integrate everybody.
Yeah, but what do you say about this statement or this feeling that embracing English, for example, we are embracing colonialism, we are embracing foreign language. We have our own language, Kiswahili, as Tanzanians. And recently, Kiswahili has been recognized globally as we have, like, it's one of the 7 languages that have their special day. So we have, for example, the 7th of July every year is the Kiswahili Day. And now Kiswahili is coming up, but we as Tanzanians, we should get away from it. We are not embracing it. We don't want to use it as a medium of instruction to teach our students. What do you think then is the future of Kiswahili as a Bantu language, as a language that Africa is embracing right now, wants to use it as it's already in the UN and it's already in the African Union, and we have a Kiswahili Day. So don't you think these efforts will be pulling us behind if we want to keep holding English as a medium of instruction and as something we can all embrace in our region, for example, East Africa and Africa in general? What do you think about that?
I'm not against all efforts which are taken by the government, but by our intellectuals, by our university, by our colleges to improve Swahili and to make it one of the big languages in the world. I'm not against that. Yes. But the best reason why we wanted to have English is because no country can survive with one language. Mm-hmm. Remember, we need the world more than the world needs us.
Yes.
For example, even if investors who are coming to Tanzania, they got a problem of employing our Tanzanians because of communications.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I have a contemporary example. One guy from Arusha, East Africa, he told me about this. When you have an interview,
yes,
for East Africa positions,
yes,
you can have a Tanzania who is a PhD holder,
yes,
and a Kenyan who has a degree, but you put them to interview of the same job. Kenya or Uganda will do better because he can explain, he can understand things. But these Tanzanians,
yes,
with a PhD, will get a problem in communicating. So if we leave behind, if we set aside English, yes, and we go with Kiswahili, yes, first of all, we will be isolated in Tanzania, right from East Africa, yes, in Africa, and in the world. This is saying Kiswahili is growing. Kiswahili is growing, but not to the extent that we can say will be comfortable to use it as one of traditional languages. That is not true.
Yeah, but we'll still be teaching our people English well, make sure they understand. We have examples of countries that do that. For example, Germans, Russians, Chinese themselves. They embrace their language. So Germans teach their people in German. We have Chinese teach their people in Chinese, but they learn English as a language. What do you think about that? If we Tanzanians do the same?